Hey folks, Pat here from DNS Bait Tackle and Fly Shop. This Madison area fishing report is current as of April 15th, 2022. Before we get started, just wanted to let you all know we got inventory trickling in here, getting ready for the spring opener here on May 7th, and we did finally get some St. Croix rods in. Supply chain issues remain a challenge for everything, including St. Croix rods made right here in Wisconsin. But out of the 40 rods I ordered, I got 16 in. Most of those are Triumph spinning rods and a couple musky rods. But it's a good sign that things are turning around a little bit on the supply issue. Also got some walleye flies in, restocked on those. They've been real popular, and I'll talk about them a little later. Fly fishing stuff has been coming in too. Got some scientific angler lines in stock, and got some local flies tied. Got another couple of little shipments of those, and we have a couple entry-level fly rods and some reels in. So starting to get that stuff stocked up, but stay tuned here on social media, and we'll let y'all know when that stuff gets up on the shelves too. And there's more to come. So, but let's get started here on the report. Not a ton going on around town, if I'm honest. It's this weather we've had has been kind of up and down the last week. It moves fish into areas, it moves fish out of areas. They're kind of hard to pin down, but there is some good opportunities. So let's get into it here. Um, Cherokee has been still producing fish up in at the 113 bridge. That's where they've been catching them. They've been catching fish in this area for a couple weeks now. Some good crappie action in there, and even some walleyes that are hitting those crappie minnows. I haven't heard much for catfish action, but that's right around the corner. Some of those crappies that were down here the last couple weeks have started to trickle up into Cherokee Park and the Cherokee Marsh area, and they're getting fish in here along the shores in the shallow areas. Those dark bottom areas like up in Cherokee warm up earliest, and that attracts fish. Otherwise, same as last week. A lot of your small inlets around town. You got Mendota County Park, Marshall Park, Spring Harbor, University Bay. I've heard about some fish coming in there because that's shallow and warms up pretty quick. Tenney Park, got some fish coming in there. But same thing. They're in one day, they're out the next, depending on what the weather conditions dictate or where the wind's blowing, if it's pushing cold air into an area. Lake Monona, I guess one bit of new news, the Monona Terrace wall has kind of turned on recently, so they're getting fish off that wall, some crappies in there, a few perch, I heard about a few walleyes too, hitting those crappie minnows, even though, walleye season's closed till the 7th. The triangles here were hot the last 2 weeks with people lined up on the tracks and along the shore over here, but they're getting good crappies, and there's still crappies in there to be had. But I think that action slowed a little bit. Lake Wingra, tons of tiny panfish in there, good action for kids, and along the zoo shoreline up here warms up nice and quick. But probably the highlight this time of year, and especially this week, is the Wingra Dam. You got your muskies coming out of Lake Monona that are stacking up there trying to jump that dam to get up into Lake Wingra, and it's a really cool sight to see. Take your kids down there. Opportunity to see some nice muskies. I posted a little bit ago about some fish. I heard reports of fish in the 40-inch range hanging out at the dam trying to jump up there, which is always a cool thing to see. But of course you can't fish for them, so just let them do their thing and enjoy the show. Other spots, Winnequa Park, Squaw Bay, this area, these little inlets here, have been heard about fish in there. Mud Lake, Lake Farm, all have been producing some fish. That's shallow, anywhere shallow. Babcock, Fish Camp down here. I heard about some people getting some fish off the piers there. But it's basically the same report as last week. Pretty quiet, unless you're into panfish, because there's some good action to be had there. The rivers continue to hold walleyes. The females are waiting to spawn. I've heard Range of temps anywhere from low 40s up to almost 50 on some of the rivers. But down here on the Rock River, Kashkanan has been the mouth here. I've been heard about a few fish. Fort Atkinson and Jefferson Dam has had some fish. Buddy of mine, who's a renowned fish biologist, was fishing the Jefferson Dam earlier this week. Wasn't getting any fish, just like everybody else around there. Pretty slow morning for him. Cold, but I gave him some walleye flies, and he tried those out on a whim and instantly started catching fish, and wound up catching a bunch of walleyes there from the dam. And he was saying that the couple females he caught were still hard with eggs. So what you're looking for there is the eggs to feel loose, and that means they're about ready to spawn. But he said they were a ways away from spawning yet. Same thing on the river up here, the Wisconsin River, Prairie du Sac Dam. One of my bait guys from the bait farm, Golan Fish Farm, was in saying he was at the Prairie du Sac Dam and was catching a few walleyes there too, and all the females he caught were also hard with eggs. So he thinks they're at least a week out from spawn yet, but the water temps, should remain cool early this week, but then hopefully creep up. It looks like some warmer weather later in the week, and same thing. They're getting panfish in some of the shallow areas around Lake Wisconsin. Also, Portage and the Dells and Castle Rock and Pettenwell dams. They've been getting walleyes there. Pretty much all the same. A lot of shorts, a lot of short males. Getting ready to do their thing. Word of caution: especially if you're fishing in a boat, do yourself a favor and keep those walleyes pointed over the edge of the boat, because they're pretty anxious to do their thing and can make a mess all over your bottom of your boat and carpet in there, if you know what I'm getting at. So over here on the river, Mississippi River, same thing. Perch bite's been real strong still. Those fish are starting to be spawned out. Walleyes are ready to go over there, but waiting for a little warmer temps. Then we got Milwaukee area. The tribs over here continue to produce steelhead. I've had a couple buddies report getting some steelhead in the Milwaukee area, Milwaukee River, Menominee River. Heard about some fish, good action down here at the Oak Creek power plant. And in the harbors here in Milwaukee and Racine, folks getting some cohos in there trolling. So there's some good action to be had there. Same thing with steelhead, all your tribs all the way up the coast over here. And then, of course, the action up here in Green Bay has been good, and the De Pere Dam, some good walleye in there. And again, probably your best chance at catching a walleye over 30 inches in Wisconsin this time of year. So that's about it for the fishing report. I do want to take an opportunity to give a quick plug to the Yahara Fishing Club. Great local club, been in the Madison area, active since 1945. Some of the members, the original members, are still active in the club. And I went to their meeting this last Wednesday. They meet at Boulevard Lanes, second Wednesday of each month, September through May. And it was a great meeting. They had Duffy Kopf was doing a presentation on swim jigs, and then Dan Plautz had a really great presentation on new trends in walleye fishing. He's an accomplished tournament angler, and it was very interesting. Their speakers are always great, but for me, the most valuable part about the club is going to the actual meetings. You sit down, maybe grab a beer, a burger, and sit at a table, any table. Members there are real welcoming, and get chatting with these old timers that are in there. They have a great range of knowledge on local waters, and they're happy to share secrets and help put you on fish. But they're a great club, so please consider joining, and also show up at those meetings. You really are missing out on some great topics and a great chance to learn more about fishing in the Madison area. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much it here. So post your comments below if you've been catching fish out there. Let us know conditions, and if you got any questions, call the shop. Stay tuned on social media, and we'll be posting some of the stuff as it gets up on the shelves. And other than that, good luck out there, and yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for checking us out.